What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. Today's video, we're going to discuss whether Cam Newton can take the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs. All that and much more coming your way right now. Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. All right, Nick, we saw I'm back. Cam Newton coming back to the Carolina Panthers. It just seems so right and so fitting to see him back in a Panthers uniform, leading this team from a come from behind victory, really just showcasing that he should have never left in the first place. I like Cam Newton, obviously, as a Patriots fan. He was very serviceable for us, and I commend him for the job that he did in New England, but he belongs in Carolina, and I think he feels the same way. So the question is, with Sam Darnold now out for the rest of the year with his shoulder injury and PJ Walker not being the guy that they think can lead them anywhere, they signed Cam Newton. He was able to help them out last week. Can he continue to do it again? Can he take the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs?
Yeah, I think that Cam Newton has a lot of tools that are going to be utilized extremely well by Matt Rule in this offense. We saw Sam Darnold have some success early on in the season, and then it kind of faded by the wayside. But I know that Cam Newton's not going to fade at all. Cam Newton, we saw last season, he didn't throw the ball a ton, but he didn't have the weapons to really throw the ball. Now he's got Robbie Anderson, who he's previously worked with, and DJ Moore as well. These guys are similar faces that he knows how to work with. Christian McCaffrey is back and healthy. This is a very versatile offense, and Cam is still one of the best rushers of the football at the quarterback position. He led the league in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback last season. Cam Newton is a big dynamic weapon that is hard to game plan against, and I believe that Matt Rule is an incredible mind that knows exactly what to do with him, and they're going to put together a game plan that's going to be extremely hard to defend. And when you couple it with this defense, it's just going to be a terrible matchup for any team to deal with. The Carolina Panthers may sit at 5-5, but to me, they are a much better team than their record shows, and they're going to go a long way. I do believe that they can make the playoffs.
I believe they can make the playoffs. I don't think it's Cam Newton that's going to take them there. I think that the defense will take them there. Cam Newton will be along for the ride, and the best thing you can say about Cam Newton being their quarterback is he's not going to hurt them. He's not going to throw the interception. He's not going to make big mistakes. He's not going to take crazy sacks like we saw Sam Darnold doing all season long. This defense, headed by Stephon Gilmore, who played with Cam Newton last year, is now in a spot to be able to really take over and put this team on their back. I believe that Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore are really going to come out with Cam Newton and be a dynamic offense. Christian McCaffrey, coming back from his hamstring injury, is going to be a really nice offset for Cam Newton to use in the triple option game. They're going to be able to run RPOs, a lot of things they weren't able to do with Sam Darnold under center, now they can do with Cam Newton. And if you saw, Cam Newton last year was really good before he contracted COVID-19, and then all of a sudden you saw that he just couldn't throw the ball anymore. He just was out of breath, couldn't run as much anymore, and a lot of that had to do with the side effects from contracting COVID. Now he seems to be fully healthy. He says that he doesn't experience any of those side effects anymore, and there's no reason to think that his play has gotten any worse from last year. So if he can still provide the play that he did to the Patriots last year to the Panthers this year, I think he will absolutely help them get to the playoffs. But this is going to be a defensive scheme first, and then Cam Newton and this offense will be able to supplement what this defense can provide.
Yeah, what I think that Cam Newton offers that the Panthers really haven't had is just the sheer versatility. I mean, it's hard to really game plan against the guy, even though he may not have the same arm he used to have. You still got to protect against these receivers, which is going to push the secondary back. And then you're relying on your front seven to handle Cam Newton and this offense. And that's tough because the Carolina Panthers may not have the best offensive line. They're pretty damn good at blocking in the run game, and Cam Newton in the run game with Christian McCaffrey. I just think this is going to produce a lot of headaches for defensive coordinators, for defenses, and it's going to be tough to stop. Now, if you give Cam these weapons, you give him the ability to just do what he wants to do. He was limited in what he was able to do with the New England Patriots. He's not a dink and dunk quarterback. He is not a game manager. This is a guy who likes the big plays, who likes to air it out, and he has the weapons to do it. So now you've got a secondary that's pushed back to protect against these big guys, and you've got your front seven trying to defend against this offensive line that is actually really good against the run. I think that you're just going to see a lot of gaps in defenses that are going to give Cam a lot of room to make big plays happen, and it's just going to make this offense a lot more dangerous than we have seen them this season.
I mean, when you take a look at the landscape of the NFC, it's very top heavy, right? You have the Dallas Cowboys, you have the Los Angeles Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Green Bay Packers. That's 5. There's 2 more slots right now for the playoffs, and I think the Panthers can definitely be one of them. The Minnesota Vikings are right there. I think that they're another team that could possibly sneak in. Not many other viable options out there. Maybe the San Francisco 49ers can put something together. I don't see anybody from the East being able to do anything. Outside of the New Orleans Saints, the Falcons can't do anything in the South. And then Russell Wilson, we don't know what he looks like in the West. It's an absolute shambles what the NFC is outside of their top-heavy teams. So I think the Carolina Panthers are the perfect middle ground team to come in and be a wild card spot, especially with the Buccaneers in their division. They're not going to win the division by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think anybody really expects them to right now. But they could easily make the playoffs as the 5, 6, or even 7 seed in the playoffs. This defense is built to last through November, December, and January. This offense now being even more dynamic, Cam with fresh legs is going to provide them with a boost that defensive coordinators haven't even had to look at. They don't have film. They don't have anything to look at to see how Matt Rule is going to use Cam Newton in this offense. So they have the advantage on offense to do whatever they want without any defensive coordinator being able to game plan against what they like to do. So I really like the Cam Newton signing. I think that it makes sense for him. It makes sense for the team. And they're headed toward the playoffs. Might as well use him to the best of his ability. And like I said, RPOs, triple options. You're putting Cam in motion. You're going to run a lot of trick plays with him because he can still catch the ball and still run. So at the end of the day, I like all of the options. And Matt Rule, being the college coach that he is, did a lot of this stuff at Baylor. He did a lot of this stuff in college. And I think that he is going to be able to produce a lot of the stuff that we love to see, a lot of the flashy plays. I like this a lot. Like I said before, I don't think Cam is the answer. I don't think this offense is the answer. This is a defense first, and Cam can supplement them. Either way, the Panthers will most likely make the playoffs.
Yeah, I really like your point about Matt Rule. I mean, he is such an underrated offensive mind in what he's able to do, and that's why I think Cam just opens the doors of possibilities what this team can become, because Sam Darnold is not the mobile quarterback that Matt Rule wants in his system. PJ Walker doesn't have the arm that Matt Rule needs in this system. Cam Newton has the ability to do all of the above, and Matt Rule's going to put his mind to work. He's going to put this whole entire playbook to work. I believe that Matt Rule, Joe Brady are going to put together a game plan that is going to make the Panthers not only a playoff contender, but a team that can actually compete with every single team in the NFC. And I believe that it is possible. It is possible that the Panthers are a Super Bowl contender. It might be crazy, but they are going to get healthier as time goes on. J.C. Horn will come back, and we saw how incredible he was. He didn't even get to play alongside Stephon Gilmore. I can only imagine the things that J.C. Horn is learning while he's recouping from his injury. I just think that there's so much to this team. They're so young and hungry that their will could get there. They remind me so much of the 2017 Jacksonville Jaguars, and that was led by Blake Bortles. I think that a team led by Cam Newton could go even further.
I think that you're absolutely right, except for the fact that they could make the Super Bowl. I just don't see them beating a team like the Los Angeles Rams. I don't see them beating the Cardinals or the Buccaneers.
Why not? But this year is so insane in the way everything's playing out. We see that the 49ers can go lose a game by 25 points one week and then go win by 25 points in the next against an equally difficult opponent. So there's no reason the Carolina Panthers, who are sitting at 5-5, who are getting healthier and stronger as the year goes on, cannot go out and beat these teams who are not consistent. In the playoffs, it's one and done. And I believe the Panthers, as they get stronger, are going to become more of a cohesive unit. And we see teams like the Cardinals and the Rams falling apart as the season goes on. They're not consistent enough, and all it takes is one bad game for them to be out. I believe the Panthers, as much of a dark horse as they are, I think that there is a chance for them to do it.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see for sure, but I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Cam Newton joining the Carolina Panthers. Do you believe that he can take them to the promised land? Can he take them to the playoffs? What do you expect to see from the Panthers moving forward? Let us know in the comments below. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.